Good morning, hockey fans. All right, day two of our hockey tournament this morning. Coming to this second game with a 1-0 record after defeating the Fargo Breeze yesterday afternoon. Final score was 3-2. Today we are playing the Northern Lakes. It's like it'll be the Reichert line out there first. Hagen will be off to his right. Rasmussen off to the left. It comes back to Sestafant. Sestafant sends it over to Ivy. Maybe back to Sestafant. Sorry, that's Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau up to Reichert. Comes across the center ice. Back to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau gets it into the zone. Reichert slaps at it. Comes up to center ice. Rasmussen throws it into the corner and then chases in after it. Hagen's there. Back to Reichert. Reichert gets it up to the point to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau brings it in. Shot. Saved by Northern Lights. Good first shift. We're going to get a second one out here. Looks like it'll be the Lorenzen line. Lorenzen will take the face off. Christensen will be to his right, number 6, and number 15, Erickson to his left. Up comes back to Armentrout. Armentrout sends to the Crouch. Picked up. Oh, nice shot by Christensen. Throwing it back into the corner. Gets Erickson along the boards and shovels it over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen has back right in front of Christensen. Oh! Nice save by the Northern Lights goalie. Cuts in the corner. Christensen comes away with it. Throws it back down. Tries to hit Lorenzen. And just, nope. Erickson tried to keep it in the zone, but it just came across the line. All right. Johnson out to take the face off. He's got Heiner to his right, Swarth out to his left. Back is Davis and Arnold out. Here's to Davis. Davis puts it in the zone, gets it to Johnson. Johnson tries to throw it over to Swarth. He's back behind him. He sends it in. Backhanded by Johnson into the corner for Heiner. Back to Swarth out. Shot. It goes over the net. Into the corner. Heiner has it. Heiner throws it back in. Gets it to Swarth out. Swarth out back behind the net. Johnson tries to feed it back to him. Gets picked up by Northern Lights. Nice job by Armentrout breaking a play up at center ice. Johnson shoves it in. Goes cross. Rasmussen chasing after it. Comes around the corners. Davis will pick it up. He'll be able to kick it in. Turns it down. Comes up to Davis. Gives it back to Heidi. Heidi stands on the shot. Goes back for it. Goes along the boards. Davis picks it up. Gets it to Hagen. It's Davis' skate, so bouncing off the boards. Up comes back to Davis. Goes across ice to Rasmussen. Rasmussen brings it in. He gets tied up. Hagen back behind there. Goes to the corner for it. Brings it up to Sestafant. Sestafant sends it back down low. Reichert chasing after it now. Picked up by Rasmussen. Rasmussen brings it back over in the corner. Brings it around. Gets it to Hagen. Hagen shot. Goal! All right. 12 minutes and 19 seconds left here in the first. And CCH area is up 1-0 over Northern Lakes. Goal by Hagen right out of the gate here. Good start to the first period. Right, Lorenzen line out there now. Christensen to the right, Erickson to the left. Outside is Estefan and Heidi. That comes out. Heidi picks it up along the boards. Tries to get it to Christian Erickson. Erickson picks it up. Carries it in. Brings it into the corner. Sounds like it's a goal by Riker as he tipped it. Had a tip in front of the net. And Hagen shot the puck. I'm going to give the goal to Riker. Christensen then takes the face off now. Puck goes into the corner. Lorenzen throws it over to Erickson. Erickson throws it back. Lorenzen picks it up. Tries to shovel it back to Erickson. Gets tied up, but it gets to him now. Erickson has it, shoves it up to the front for Sestafant. Sestafant tries to get around the player, but he gets picked up. Northern Lakes comes down. Goes across ice. Can't hit his player. Goes into the corner. Comes back around. Lorenzen down, fighting for it. Picked up by Sestafant. Sestafant goes across ice. Trying to hit Erickson. Gets picked up by Northern Lakes in their zone and carried right back out again. Schwartzbach steps up. He's going to get a penalty. Schwartzbach free kick. All right, so Northern Lakes is going to go on a 2-minute power play here with 8 minutes and 15 seconds left here in the first period. Johnson in to take the face off. Swarthout up front with them. Davis and Armentrout out back. Puck comes over to Armentrout. Armentrout throws it back behind the net. Trying to get it to Swarthout. Funky bounce off the boards. Comes straight out. Armentrout has the puck behind the net. Gets Johnson. Johnson gets checked from behind. No call. Goes back into the corner for Northern Lakes. Armentrout. Nice job. Picking that puck up off the boards. Throws it back. He's back, picks it back up again, and he's going to throw it out. It's checked by Northern Lakes. Swarthout chasing after it. Two Northern Lake players. You have to bring it all the way down back behind the net. Comes up alongside the board. Johnson pitches. He's able to keep it into the zone. Northern Lakes picks it up, controls it, tries to hit a guy out front. Picked up by Armentrout. He throws it over to Davis. Got a minute and 10 seconds left on the power play. Davis skates it in. He's going to go deep because we're just trying to kill some time here. Tries to throw it back to Heiner. Northern Lakes still trying to figure things out. Picked up by Heiner right on the front and shot. Nice save by Northern Lakes. Puck comes out. They try to center it. They do. And you get a nice shot save by Starkville. That's the first shot on Starkman today. 9 minutes and 56 seconds left here. I think I gave me the wrong time before I was looking at the clock, not the time. 9:56 left and 44 seconds left in the penalty kill. Reichert out to take the face off. Puck goes behind him, picked up by Sestafant. Sestafant throws it around the boards. Gets it to Rasmussen. Rasmussen tries to get out of the zone. Reichert there to help out. It comes out. Northern Lakes will have to regroup. That comes back to Heidi. Heidi throws it up to Rasmussen, but it gets overskated. Northern Lakes up front. Shot on Starkman. He keeps it alongside of the net. Goes back down in the corner. Northern Lakes shot. Nice save. All right, 9 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the first period. 8 seconds left on the penalty kill. Lorenzen comes out for the face-off. Goes into this alongside the board. Sets the front trying to get to it. Tie up the player. 2, 1. Both teams are in the full strength. Christensen comes out. Saves. Starkman throws it out front. Gets it to Sestafant. Sestafant has Christensen. He's going to carry it in deep, though. Tries to throw it out front. Hits the back of the net. Comes out to the point. Armentrout's able to keep it in. Picked up by Christensen. Christensen tries to shovel it over to Erickson. Lorenzen has it alongside the board. Gets it to Christensen. Christensen will bring it down in the corner. Takes it back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen in. Shot gets deflected over the net. Armentrout pinches. Gets it over to Christensen. Christensen out front. Erickson crashing the net. Puck comes back to Northern Lakes. Northern Lakes has it alongside the boards right now. Comes straight out to Erickson. Erickson can't get a stick on it though. Northern Lakes shovels it out, tries to keep it in. Armentrout keeps it back in. Does it again. Oh, we're going to get her outside. The puck just flutters out of the zone. 8 minutes and 13 seconds left here in the first. Score is CCHA 1, Northern Lake 0. Johnson then to take the face off. Hunter to his right, Swarthout to his left. Puck comes back to Armstrong. Over to Davis. Davis dumps it into the zone. Johnson back behind the net with it now. Hunter comes in to help out. Sends it up to the point for Armstrong. Armstrong comes in, shot, gets deflected wide, goes into the corner. Johnson goes in after it. Heinert in to help him out. Heinert digging in on it. He comes away with it. Comes back, gets it up to the point for Davis. Davis a shot. Deflected outside. Trying to drop it. Scramble. Still loose puck. Gets us over the legs. Davis takes a shot. Deflected into the netting. 7 minutes and 36 seconds. We're going to get another face off here. Looks like we are going to get a penalty on Northern Lakes for roughing. All right, here we go. It's going to be Johnson line will stay out there. Looking in to take the face off. Hunter to his right. Swarthout to his left. Heidi and Armentrout out back. That comes out of the zone. Armentrout picks it up. Armentrout sends it up. Swarthout off his skate back to Armentrout. Back to Armentrout from Heidi. Armentrout sends it up to Johnson. Back to Armentrout. Armentrout sends it up to Heidi. Heidi gets it to Heiner. Heiner will carry it in. Back to Heidi. Back to Heiner. Heiner kicks to Armentrout. Armentrout over to Swarthout. Swarthout tries to get it down low to Johnson and picked up by Northern Lakes. They send it all the way down for an icing call. 6 minutes and 53 seconds left here in the first period. Christensen comes in to take the face off. Erickson's to his right. Christensen to his left. Up comes, goes over the boards. Kept in by Sestefan. Sestefan's to Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Christensen. Christensen back behind the net. Looking for an opening. Brings it up to the point for Schwartzball. Schwartzball over to Sestefan. Back to Schwartzball. Schwartzball tries to get it back to Sestefan, but misses the pass. He's back to Schwartzball. Schwartzball's just going to jump it in on point. It'll be 6 minutes and 21 seconds left here in the first period. 46 seconds left in the power play for CCHA. All right, Lorenzen hits it to Christensen, who flutters one to the Northern Lakes goalie, who gloves it, and we'll do this all over again. Lorenzen gets the face off, comes to Sestefan. Sestefan loses it at the blue line, comes out to Schwartzball. Schwartzball will circle back. He's going to carry it in. We're going to get an offsides call. I think Lorenzen might have been just a quarter of a step in front of him. Okay, Reichert, Hagen, and Rasmussen line out there now. Reichert to take the face off. That comes out, picked up by Armentrout. Armentrout will carry it in. Goes in deep. Brings it back behind the net. Tries to get it up to Reichert. Reichert along the board with it now. Tries to get it back to Christensen. Gets blocked back down. Rasmussen's going to get it. Comes back to Reichert. Reichert shovels it up to Davis. Davis shot. Nice shot. That's square on the Northern Lakes player. 4 seconds left in the power play. 5 minutes and 39 seconds left here in the first period. Reichert to take the face off. Rasmussen to his right. Hagen to his left. Our back is Davis and Armentrout. Tucker gets it to Davis. It's a shot. Nice job. Right on point. Picked up by the Northern Lakes goalie. Both teams are at full strength right out front. Hagen scrambles for it. Hagen Rasmussen fight for it. Puck comes out to Davis. He's got a clear line. Oh, nice blocker save by the Northern Lakes goalie. It comes alongside the boards. Davis able to keep it in. He sends it down deep. Rakers right there. He'll pick it up. Goes it off front. Oh! Hagen was right there, but the Northern Lakes goalie is able to stop it. Armentrout blocks it. He sends one on net, and it's covered. Good effort, boys. 5 minutes and 3 seconds left here in the first period. CCH is still up 1-0. The Northern Lakes. Johnson line out there. Swarthout's going to be to his left. He's number 11. Heinert's number 4. He's to his right. Here comes back. Gets to ID. ID gets to the Sestafon. Sestafon shot and glove save by the Northern Lakes goalie. Comes out to Heinert. Heinert shot gets blocked out front. Picked up by Swarthout. Little scramble, but Heiner comes away with it. Gets it back up to ID. ID's shot, deflected, goes wide of the net. Johnson picks it up, gets it over to Heiner. Picked up by Northern Lakes. They're going to get it out of the zone. Trying to set it back. Swarthout breaks up that play, and the puck comes to ID. He's back in the circle. Tries to hit Heiner. Bounces off, and that's going to be an icing call. 4 minutes and 25 seconds left here in the first period. Score is still CCHA 1, Northern Lakes 0. Lorenzen line comes out, Erickson and Christensen up front. Davis and I think it's Schwartzbauer at back. It is. Picked up by Christensen. Christensen will carry it in. He's got ahead of steam. Comes in. Goes to the back of the net. Picks up the puck. Gets to the corner for Lorenzen. Lorenzen sends it up to the point for Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer sends it back into the corner for Lorenzen. Lorenzen gets it to Christensen. Christensen back to Lorenzen. Nice job. It's Lorenzen to Erickson. Tic-tac-toe, boys. That's how you do it. Nice job. So 3 minutes and 55 seconds left in the first period. The score is now 2-0 CCHA over Northern Lakes. Lorenzen comes in to take the face off. Christensen to his left, Erickson to his right. Erickson is able to keep it into the zone. He's got it alongside the boards. Puck comes out. It's picked up by Christensen. Kind of. No. Northern Lakes gets it. They throw it off, and Davis is there to pick it up. He bounces it off of Lorenzen's stick. Lorenzen will bring it down into the corner. Out to Davis. Davis a shot. Oh, gets deflected wide into the corner. Comes out. Just out of Davis's reach. Northern Lakes picks it up. Schwartzball's right there, though. We're going to get an offsides call. Three minutes and 17 seconds left here in the first period. Reichert line out there. Hagen's going to be to his right. Rasmussen to his left. That comes back to Eide. Eide sends it over to Armentrout. Armentrout cross ice to Hagen. Hagen uses it alongside the boards. Rasmussen over to help him out. Comes back to Eide. Eide gets it over to Armentrout. Mankato dumps it in. Picked up by Northern Lakes. We try to get it out, but Reichert blocks it. Tries to bring it back to the point, but there's a Northern Lakes player there. Hogan chasing after it in the corner now. So they put a body on a guy, keep it a pump in, but only temporarily. Northern Lakes comes out. It's cross-side, even Armentrout's there to keep it out of the zone. Puck comes all the way down back behind the net for CCHA. Ivy will pick it up. Norman Trout blocks it. Gets it out of the zone. Northern Lakes tries to repeat. All the way out. Ivy's there for it. Backhands it into the zone. Swarthout's there. Johnson helps him out. Comes away with it. Good shot. And gets a glove save by the Northern Lakes goalie. 2 minutes, 8 seconds here in the first period. Johnson, Heinert, and Swarthout line out there. Sestafont and Schwartzbauer are back now. Johnson takes the face off, gets it to Heinert, and gets it back to Sestafont. Sestafont sends it over to Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer's shot goes wide of the net. Swarthout in the corner with it, gets it back to this spot. We have a little bit of a breakaway here from Northern Lakes coming in on Strickland. Shot and save by Strickland. Puck goes into the corner, picked up by Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer's going coast to coast. Tries to get a shot off, but it gets blocked off by Northern Lakes. Lakes gets it out of the zone. Straight to Sestafont. Sestafont loses a handle on it, but Schwartzbauer's right there to help him out. He dumps it into the zone. Johnson's chasing after it now. He's in the corner. Swarthout comes away with it. Swarthout takes it over to Christensen, and oh, what a fantastic glove save by the Northern Lake goalie. On his belly, reaches up and slings it right out of the air. That was a great save. All right, Christensen line out there. Lorenzen to his right. Erickson to his left. Davis and Armitage out back. Up comes to Davis. Davis a shot goes wide of the net. Puck comes out, tipped. Out to Armitage at center ice. Back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen gets it to Davis. Davis over to Armentrout. Armentrout hits Lorenzen. Lorenzen deflects the puck into the Northern Lake zone. Has it in the corner. Goes on front. Oh, Christensen was right there. Fluttering puck, though. Couldn't get a stick on it. Northern Lakes picks it up. Right on Lorenzen's stick. Lorenzen sends it back behind the net. Sends it over to Christensen. Erickson will pick it alongside the boards. Gets it over to Christensen. Christensen goes to the net. Got Lorenzen right there, but puts it on his backhand. Davis dumps it back into the corner. Picked up by Northern Lakes. Nice there by Davis. Davis gets it over to Erickson or to Christensen. Christensen gets it on one player. Comes around the front of the net, but can't get a stick on it to stuff it in. He runs it in the corner. Picked up by Rasmussen. And we get a whistle. Not quite sure why. By Lorenzen in the for tripping. 2 seconds left. We'll go on the penalty kill. 2 seconds left in the period. 2 minutes in the power play for CC or for Northern Lakes. Right for them to take the face off. Time goes wide, and that is the end of the first period, folks. Don't go far. This is only going to be 30 seconds or a minute, and then we will be back. All right, here we are for period number 2. It looks like it's going to be the Riker Rasmussen and who's up front? Oh, that's right. That was Nico. Yeah. Back to Idy. Idy over to Sestafon. We are still on the power play. Sestafon loses the blade, loses an edge, gets it over to Idy. Idy sends it back to him. Jumps his skate, picked up by Northern Lights. They bring it to the point. Comes out, shot by, or blocked by Rasmussen. Puck goes into the corner. Comes out. Idy will take it. He's just going to skate it. We'll just look at it for some time here. Puck comes up to Riker. Riker just dumps it in. Rasmussen chasing after it, putting a little pressure on. Puck comes to Hagen. Back to Idy. Idy's just going to throw it out of the zone. They'll come all the way back. Lorenzen's there. Trying to get it out to Hagen who crashed the net for him. Minute left in the power play. Hagen still going around. Get the shot off. Nice save by the Northern Lakes goalie. Northern Lakes comes in. Shot. Nice blocker save by Starkman. Rasmussen bounces it off of Hagen bounces it off of the helmet. Nice job coming in, blocking it. Stefan picks it up. He's just going to come down, trying to get a shot off. It doesn't go! Short-handed goal for Sestafon, who started at I think the red line in his own zone. He's able to get around a number of different players. Goes top shelf on the Northern Lakes goalie, and CCHA is up 3-0 over Northern Lakes. All right, Johnson line out there. Swarthout's to his left. It comes out, center ice. Got about 15 seconds left on the penalty kill. Puck comes around the back of the net. Comes to Davis. Davis shoves it out. Comes right back in. Schwartzbaugh back with it now. He throws it alongside the boards. Stepped in by Northern Lakes. Is that full strength now? Northern Lakes in the corner. Throws it out front. Blocked by Davis. He'll carry it up. Gets it to Swarthout. Swarthout comes into the line. Comes past the player. Throws it out front. Oh, nice play. Heinert almost got a stick on it. Johnson in the corner with it. Gets blocked off. Puck comes out to Swarthout. Oh, right off the pipe. Heinert trying to keep it in, but it comes back out. Northern Lakes has it. Schwartzbaugh back behind the net with it. He throws it over to Davis. Rings around the boards. Picked up by Heinert. Heinert lets Davis have it. Davis comes back. Shoves it up to Lorenzen. Lorenzen just scooches it up. Icing's waved off. Lorenzen in the corner with it. Tries to throw it out. Comes out to Erickson. Erickson's shot. Oh! Goes wide of the net. Comes out front again. Picked up by Davis. Davis gets it to Schwartzbaugh. Schwartzbaugh shot. Gets through. Tipped by Christensen and goes wide of the net. Puck comes out to Northern Lakes. They throw it across. Have it at center ice. Lorenzen back to help out. He's able to pick the puck. Keep it at center ice, but now it comes down deep. Schwartzbaugh and Davis. Davis will pick it up. Sends it up to Christensen. Christensen to Lorenzen. Lorenzen brings it up to Erickson. Erickson has it in front of the net, but puck was bouncing, couldn't get a handle on it. It comes out into the corner. Christensen throws it back in. Puck comes around. Armentrout slaps at it. Oh! Lorenzen tried to tip it, but the puck was bouncing. Puck comes out to center ice. Armentrout will pick it up. Sends it over to Ivy. Back to Rasmussen. Rasmussen carries it in. He's got Riker out front. Tried to get it to Riker, but it landed on a Northern Lake skater. Puck comes out. Hagen deflects it back into the corner. Puck comes out to Eide. Eide's able to keep it in, get it to Rasmussen. Rasmussen bounces it off the bar. Back in the corner for Rasmussen. Reichert back behind the net with it, looking for an opening. Gets it to Hagen, but Hagen just missed it. Northern Lakes comes back down. Shot. Starkman just stopped it. Gets it to Hagen. Reichert picks it up, gets it to Rasmussen. It's 2-on-1 with Rasmussen and Reichert. Over to Reichert, and Reichert couldn't catch the pass. Puck comes out. Eide will pick it up. Comes into the CCHA zone. 9 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the second period. Eide comes flying in. Gets it to... Oh, score! Eide breaks straight down the pipe. Sees Johnson off to his right, just coming off the bench. Gets it to him. There's nothing that the Northern Lakes goalie could have done on that one. All right, with 9 minutes and 44 seconds left here in the second period, the score is CCHA 4, Northern Lakes 0. Johnson line out there to take the face off. Swarthout to his left, Heiner to his right. Puck comes out to Sestafant. Sestafant gets it to Johnson. Johnson to Swarthout. Goes back to Swarthout. Comes to Swartzbow. Swartzbow has it in the corner. Bounces it back to Heiner. Heiner sends it up to Johnson. Johnson's shot gets through, thrown into the corner. Comes out to Heiner. Heiner tries to get it back to Johnson at the point. Puck comes out, shot on point, and we're going to go goal two. Ouch. Might be a little frustration there. All right, looks like CCHA is going to go up on a power play here. We're going to get a roughing call on Northern Lakes. A little extracurricular activity after the save by the Northern Lakes goalie. Lorenzen in to take the face off. 9 minutes left here in the second period. Erickson's glove sack gets it to Sestafant. Sestafant brings it in the corner. Throws it up to the point. Ericsson's there. Gets it back to Sestafant. Tries to get it back to Eriksson. Eriksson picks it up. Dump it into the zone. Lorenzen chasing after it. Back behind the net. He picks it up. Oh! Lorenzen tried to get it over to Christensen and just missed him. Puck comes a funny carry in Lorenzen's skates. And that'll come all the way down and will be an icing call. 8 minutes and 25 seconds left here in the second. 1 minute and 15 seconds left in the power play for CCHA. Johnson line out there. Swarthout to his left. Heiner to his right. Armentrout and Davis out back. That comes out to Davis. Davis over to Armentrout. Armentrout down to Swarthout. Back to Armentrout. Armentrout over to Davis. Davis got his back. Sends it down low. Picked up by Johnson back behind the net. He tries to get it to Swarthout. Picked up by Northern Lakes. Heiner in to help out Johnson. Back to Heiner. Heiner throws it up front, but just missed it. No icing there. Picked up by Starkman. They get it to Armentrout. About 40 seconds left in the power play for CCHA. Cross ice. Hit to Davis. Davis comes in. The shot. Blocked. Saved by goalie. Sends it into the corner. Heiner gets it to Armentrout. Armentrout back to Swarthout. Swarthout carries it in. Gets it to Heiner. And a nice save by... Oh, puck's still loose. Picked up and comes out of the zone. Mankato will pick it up. Gets it back to Davis. Davis will just dump it in. 5 seconds left in the power play. Weekly hit. Riker gets it back to Rasmussen. Rasmussen has it. Throws it out front. And then Hagen couldn't get a stick on it. Comes out of the zone. Eide will pinch it up along the boards. Rasmussen and Riker help him. Rasmussen throws it in the zone. Hagen in after it. Riker in to help him out. Comes out to Sextafont. Sextafont. Nice shot. Goes wide of the net. Eide crashing to keep it into the zone. And it does, but it breaks out, and Northern Lakes will pick it up. Northern Lakes gets it to Rasmussen. Rasmussen gets it over to Hagen. Hagen tries to get it to Reichert, and he does. Reichert will come in. Oh, almost good one. Come on, guys. Puck still loose. Back behind the net. Northern Lakes player fans on it. Gets it to Hagen. Hagen gets to Erickson. Erickson to Eide. Eide shot. Hits Hagen in the leg as he was going in front of the net. Lorenzen Christensen picks it up. Puck comes back. Sextafont's able to keep it in. Sends it over to Christensen, or to Lorenzen. Oh! Lorenzen Christensen one-timed it straight into the net. So 5 minutes and 52 seconds left here in the second period. The score is CCHA 5, Northern Lake 0. Lorenzen line will stay out there. Erickson's going to be to his left. Christensen to his right. Puck comes out, hits Schwartzbaugh. Schwartzbaugh tries to get it up to Christensen. Erickson, nice job picking up the puck. Plays it in, back behind the net with it. Puck comes back. Christensen has it, gets it up to Davis. Davis sends it back down to Christensen. Erickson. Erickson then sends it through the fire pole of the Northern Lakes goal. So we are now CCHA 6, Northern Lakes 0. Right, Johnson line out there. Swartho to his left, Heiner to his right. Off back is Schwartzbaugh and Davis. Davis gets blocked off that. Puck comes out, back behind the net. Things are taken up with Starkman in front. A little sort of scuffle. Players in front of the net. A couple of players are going to go. Good set of Niners. We'll still be at 5-5 here, I think. We'll have a bit of a line change here. 5 minutes and 9 seconds left here in the second period. There's frustration on the ice. Looks like it'll be the Johnson line out there. Northern Lakes picks up a 5-minute penalty and a game misconduct. All right, we're going to regroup here as we're getting things ironed out. I think it's fair to say you can probably go grab a quick cup of coffee if you want. We'll be back in as soon as things get live. All right, folks, here we go. Johnson steps in, takes the face off. It'll be 4-on-4 hockey here for the next 2 minutes. That comes out. Northern Lakes shot blocked by Heinert. Schwartzbauer sends it to, or ID sends it to Johnson. Johnson comes in, brings it into the corner, throws it out front. Johnson picks it up, sends it back to Heinert, or to Art Armentrout, and we're going to get a hooking call on Johnson. So Northern Lakes will go up on a 4-on-3 power play for the next 2 minutes. Well, next 28 seconds. Puck comes out to Northern Lakes. That's point. Shot. Sparkman sends it into the netting back behind the net. 4 minutes and 35 seconds left here in the second period. Score is CCHA 6, Northern Lakes 0. Northern Lakes is on a power play, 4-on-3. That comes to Sparkman, but doesn't quite get there before it's thrown in the corner by Sparkout. Shot goes wide of the net. Thrown out front. Comes over. Armentrout in the corner with it. Tries to break up the play. Does. Sparkman pokes at it. Gets over in the corner. Goes to the cross ice up to the point for Northern Lakes. Northern Lakes doubles back. Gets to the other point. Comes in. Shot. Saved by Sparkman. Armentrout throws it in the corner. Back to Northern Lakes. Goes to the cross ice. Down low. Picked up by Idy. Idy brings it around the boards. Ugh. Bounce. And it comes out of the zone. So I thought it was alongside the net. Armentrout will pick it up. He pokes it away. Lands on a Northern Lake stick. Idy back behind. Shot. Nice save by Starkman. Gets it into the corner. Idy controls. It's thrown into the boards. Picked up by Armentrout. Armentrout doubles back. He throws it alongside. Idy will pick it up. Throws it back in the zone. And Rasmussen crashes the net for a cover. All right. We're back to 4-on-4 for the next 27 seconds, and then CCHA will go up on a power play for the remainder of the 5-minute kill. Puck goes into the corner. They're chasing after it. The Lakes comes out. Lakers able to break up the play, gets the puck away, only temporarily. Puck comes back. Sestefan crashes, able to pick up the puck, gets it back to Idy. Idy will skate it up, tries to hit Rasmussen. That'll come on and do a nice foul. All right, we are at full strength now. So for the next 2 minutes and 31 seconds, it will be a CCHA power play. Riker didn't take the face off. Puck comes out to Rasmussen, goes right back in. Riker with it in the corner. Riker throws it alongside the board. Fighting for it alongside. Picked up by Sestefan. Sestefan will carry it back behind the net. It's Riker. Riker will bring it into the zone. Down low. Has it back behind the net, trying to get it out front. Comes away with it. Throws it up to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau shot, tipped by Rasmussen, but goes wide of the net. Reagan shovels it back to Sestefan. Sestefan at the point. Tries to get it, gets around one player. Good shot. It's Rasmussen or Hagen. Hagen sends across to Sestefan. Sestefan's shot goes into the corner. Schwartzbau to pinch down. Gets it to Riker. Riker gets it back to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau shot. Glove saved by the Northern Lakes goalie. A minute and 23 seconds left on the power play. 1 minute and 32 seconds left in the second period. Folks, after the second period, there's going to be about a 10-minute break while they re-ice. So if you're crossing your legs because you drank too much coffee and you got to go to the bathroom, just hold on. You got a minute and 32 seconds left. Puck comes up to the point for Armentrout. Back down to Erickson. Erickson back to Armentrout. Armentrout over to Davis. Davis' shot goes over the top of the net. Back to Erickson. Over to Armentrout. Armentrout to Davis. Davis carries it in. His shot. Glove saved by Northern Lakes goalie. Runs it in to take a face off. Gets it to Christensen. Christensen up to Davis. Armentrout. Shot. Go. Shot. Still up front. Shot by Erickson. Gets deflected. Goes into the corner. Lorenzen tries to get it up to him, but it's picked up by Northern Lakes. But Davis is going to stop that puck from going all the way down. He's going to carry it into the zone. Gets it over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen has it back behind the net. Christensen over to Armentrout. Armentrout to Davis. The shot gets deflected. Goes over to the boards. Picked up by Erickson. Erickson gets it to Christensen. Back to Armentrout. Armentrout shot. Save. Erickson takes another shot at it. Comes back out. Erickson tries to get it to Davis. It's going to go the distance. Davis will pick it up. It's Johnson. Johnson comes in, gets it to Swarthout in. Nice goal. So it's Johnson to Heinert. Heinert tips it in. Should say Swarthout to Heinert. All right, 7 seconds left here. Both teams are at full street. Johnson to take the face off. Swarthout's to his left. Heinert to his right. Armentrout and Davis out back. That comes out to Davis. And that's it. for the second period. Score here is CCHA 7, Northern Lake 0. We will be back in about 10 minutes, so go brew some more coffee. All right, folks, here we go. Period number 3. Reichert takes face off. Stuck at center ice. Northern Lights comes away with it. Rasmussen alongside the boards, gets into the zone. Reichert able to keep it in. Comes out to Hagen. Hagen out in front of the net. Can't get a stick down. Rasmussen has it back behind the net now. It's lost in the corner. Shuffles it up to Armentrout at point. Armentrout will send it down. Sorry, that's Idy. Sends it down in the corner. Puck comes out. Lakes has it. Controls the center ice. Carries it into the zone. Broken up by Rasmussen. Rasmussen can send it right back out again. Puck comes up. Hagen off his skate. Off the Northern Lakes. Cross ice. Christensen will pick it up. Gets it back to Idy. Idy back to Christensen. Christensen carries it in. He's got Erickson off to his right. Takes the shot. Comes up to Sestafant. A shot. Back to him. Shot gets blocked. Goes over. Swell sends it back behind the net. Christensen in the corner for it. Back behind the net. Erickson's chasing in after it. Davis is able to keep it in. Nope, he's not. 13 minutes left. We are supposed to be into running time. Yep, there they turn it back on again. Oh, they turn it back off. Oh, that's because there's a penalty. So Schwartzball go to the box. I'm not quite sure why, but Northern Lakes will go up on power play for the next 2 minutes. Johnson then takes the face off. Swarthout up front with him. Davis and Armitage in back. Puck goes in the corner. Armitage controls. Back behind the net. He throws it alongside the board. Bounces off those boards. There's something there. He goes into the corner. Davis back behind the net with it. Doubles back. It's going to take his time. He's trying to throw off the front over there. And there's an offside call. So Sports Ball's in the box for the next 20 seconds for interference. Heiner didn't take the face off. Rasmussen out there with him. Comes back to Davis. Davis will dump it into the Northern Lake zone. Comes around the board. Rasmussen will pinch down, send it back into the corner. That comes out. Davis has it. Davis got his back. Puts it down low. Rasmussen trying to get at it. And Heiner. Rasmussen picks it up at center ice. Gets back to Armentrout. Armentrout over to Davis. Then Davis cross ice to Rasmussen, which will be an icing call. So the puck will come all the way back down. Reichert and Hagen out front, Sustafant and Idy, I believe, out back. Reichert gets the face off. Hagen dumps it out of the zone. And he's chasing after it. Puck comes cross ice. Shot Sparkman, nice save. Idy will pick it up. And net is off its moorings. Here we got some viewers up in tropical Grand Marais. Hope the weather's better than it is here. We're in the middle of a blizzard. Reichert steps in, takes face off. Puck comes out. Shot. Blocked. Saved by Starkin. Reichert will get it out of the zone. Puck goes wide to Hagen. all the way down. Reagan trying to keep it in. Rasmussen comes in to help him out. He's got it in the corner. Doubles back, but loses an edge. Oh, we got an injured player here. Oh, there we go. He's up and at him. Goes back down, up to the point for Sestafont. Sestafont shot gets blocked. Comes out of the zone. Heidi picks it up at center ice. Heidi hits Rasmussen. Rasmussen comes in. Tries to hit Reichert out front. Gets deflected. Sestafont able to keep it in, but only temporarily. Rasmussen gets it over to Reichert. Reichert dumps it in the zone, hands off for a line change. Christensen back behind the zone with it. He's able to keep it in. Got it in the corner, throws it back behind the net. Erickson chasing after it. He's able to keep it in. Picked up by Northern Lakes, and they'll bounce it out. And Schwartzbauer will pick it up. Comes all the way across off the Northern Lakes player. No icing. That goes into the corner. Christensen there with it. Throws it back in the board. Lorenzen picks it up along the other side. Sends it back to Christensen. Christensen gets it up to the point for Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer to Davis. Davis' shot goes over the net. Get a whistle blow there. I'm not quite sure why, though. Christensen in for the face-off. Lorenzen to his right. Erickson to his left. Davis and Schwartzbauer back. That comes to Lorenzen. Lorenzen shovels it off to Davis. Davis sends it back to Lorenzen. Christensen in with it now in the corner. Doubles back. Sends it up high to Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer doesn't have a shot, so he throws it back into the corner. Lorenzen picks it up. Sends it back down. Back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen gets it to Christensen. Christensen back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen out front. It goes to Davis. Davis over to Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer shot. Gets blocked. Goes into the corner. Schwartzbauer picks it up. Gets it to Christensen. Christensen shovels up to Lorenzen. Lorenzen shot blocked. Goes into the corner. Schwartzbauer picks it up. Picks it up to Lorenzen. Lorenzen tries to hit Erickson. Davis picks it up. Deflected out front, no one's home. Lorenzen fans on this shot, but it stays in after it comes off of Lorenzen. Christensen has it now. Right on Christensen's stick goal. All right, CCHA up 8-0. We're in running time. We've got about 7 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the game. Sorry, folks, got some ice in my mouth. Johnson takes the face off. Heiner comes in. Comes down low. Heidi picks it up, shovels it back behind the net. Gets the puck to Heiner. Heiner deflects it out. Heidi has it in the corner. Throws it up to Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer goes cross-eyed to Armentrout. Armentrout tries to hit Johnson just out of his reach. Heidi throws it up to Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer has to hold up as Heiner gets pushed into the zone. Puck comes to Heiner. Heiner sends it back to Heidi. Heidi sends it in the boards to Johnson. Johnson goes down in the corner. Heiner there to pick it up. Gets the puck to Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer in the corner pushes it up to Armentrout. Armentrout sends it back down in the corner. Heiner there. Looking for the puck. Comes away with it. Gets it up to Armentrout. Oh, flipping call right in front by Schwartzbauer. No call. Picked up by Johnson. Johnson leaves it for Heidi. Heidi comes in. He gets blocked off it. Shot. Goes into the corner. Comes back to Heidi. Heidi throws it back to Johnson. Johnson smacks at it. It's going to come out of the zone. Back to Armentrout. Armentrout back behind the net with it. Gets deflected, comes out of the zone. There's going to be an outside shot. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left of running time here in the third period. Reichert, Rasmussen, and Hagen out there. Reichert takes face off. Hagen's to his right. Rasmussen to his left. Estefan and Schwartzbau out back. Up goes to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau to Reichert. Reichert jumps into the zone. Comes right back out again. Reichert comes in. Goes back behind the net. Moves around. Gets it up to the point for Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau shot. Glove saved by the Northern Lakes goal. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left here. Running time. The score is CCHA 8. Northern Lakes 0. Lorenzen in to take the face off. Christensen to his right. Eriksson to his left. Up comes down to Schwartzbau. He throws it into the corner. Lorenzen's got it back behind the net. Shovels it over to Christensen. Christensen bounces it off the boards. Right foot in the corner. Lorenzen comes in to help him out. He comes away with it. Sends it cross ice to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau fans on his shot. Eriksson's able to keep it in. Comes back to Schwartzbau. He throws it along the boards. Hits Christensen. Christensen's got Lorenzen crashing the net, but can't get it to him. Deflected off his Northern Lakes player. Gets to Lorenzen. Back to Eriksson. Eriksson sends it up to the point for Sestefan. Sestefan over for Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau in. Ricochets off of the goalie into the netting up above him. New line comes out. Looks like it's the Johnson-Heinert-Swarthout line with Davis and Armentrout out back. Heinert's going to be to the right. He's number 4. Swarthout to the left, number 11. It gets picked up, stays in the zone. Swarthout kicks it ahead. Johnson back behind the net with it. Throws it back to Swarthout shot. And a glove save covered by the Northern Lakes goalie. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the game. Johnson takes the face off. Heinert to his left. Swarthout to his right. That comes back to the point for Armentrout. Armentrout to Davis. Davis dumps it into the corner. Johnson picks it up. Johnson's shot gets to Davis. Davis is able to keep it in. Johnson back to Davis. Davis down low. Hits Swarthout. Swarthout throws it back to Heinert. Heinert throws it out front. Johnson couldn't get a stick on it. Comes back up to the point for Davis, who sends it in low. Swarthout has it now in the corner. Gets it up to Armentrout. Armentrout shot. Blocked. Gets through. Goes back behind the net. Johnson gets tripped up. Heinert has it now. This shot goes wide. Davis pinches down. Has it in the corner. Brings it back behind the net. Comes up to Armentrout. Armentrout's shot gets deflected. Johnson takes a shot, but it goes wide on the net. Davis sends it in low. Heinert drops it to Rasmussen. Rasmussen can't get a stick on it. 1.5 left in the game. Reichert able to break up the play. Comes all the way down though, and that's going to be an icing call. 1 minute and 20 seconds left here in the game. We're at running time. That's why it's going so fast. Score is CCHA 8. Northern Lakes 0. Reichert didn't take the face off. Hagen's to his right. Rasmussen to his left. That comes out to Northern Lakes in the corner. Blocked by Hagen. Reichert breaks up the play at center ice. Picked up by Hagen. Dropped to Rasmussen. Rasmussen loses it. Northern Lakes picks it up. They come in. Picked up by Heidi. Eddie gets up to Rasmussen. Rasmussen throws it along. He's got Hagen off to his right, but he breaks in. He gets pushed off the puck. Goes into the corner. Baker comes in. Northern Lake comes away with it. Hagen checks along the boards. Sestefan sends it across ice. Eddie's there. He throws it into the zone. With 10 seconds left here in the game. And comes out of the zone. Eddie steps up. He throws it over to Sestefan. And that will do it. All right, folks. Final score here this morning is CCHA 8, Northern Lake 0. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Hope you had a wonderful time. We will be back here at 2:45 or 2:15? 2:45 this afternoon. We'll see you then. Take care.
Are you doing a microphone, sir? Oh, okay.
Why is that?
I just don't want.
We're good. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our afternoon game. This is game number 3, and probably our biggest game in our pool play. We're playing Mankato North. You may or may not have recalled a couple of weeks back, we started out in the Mankato tournament with this group and hung with them for a good portion of the game. We had a couple of breakdowns of about 3 minutes where we kind of lost our composure, and they were able to pull it off. This team is also 2-0 in pool play thus far, so we'll see what happens coming out of today's game. The boys were buzzing this morning, though, so we'll see what happens. Starting out this afternoon, looks like it's the Reichert line. Hagen's going to be off to his left. Rasmussen off to his left, number 61, straight in front of us. Hagen's on his side. Puck comes out. Controlled by Mankato. Have it at center ice. Bring it back down to the zone. Puck comes back. Jumps Heidi's stick. Comes back into the CCHA area. And he brings it back around the net. Sends it up along the boards. Mankato has it. Blocked by Hagen. We'll get it out of the zone. Comes back. Rasmussen along the boards with it. Comes into the corner. Sessepont chasing after it. He has it back behind the boards. Carries it out. He'll skate it up the ice. Carries it in. Shot. Nice save by the Mankato goalie. Comes all the way out. Nice long shot by Heidi. And it's a glove save by the Mankato North goalie. All right. I'm going to switch videographers here. Comes into the corner, picked up by Lorenzen. Lorenzen tries to leave it behind. Picked up by Mankato, brought into the corner, and thrown right back to them. Puck comes back. Davis is chasing after it back behind the net. Puck comes back to Mankato. Comes down to the point. It's blocked by Lorenzen and goes up into the netting. So we're going to get a face-off here. It looks like it might be to the right of Leela next to it. 13:31 left in the first period. Johnson steps in. Puck's nice save by Leela. Puck goes back behind the net. Mankato tries to throw it out front again. Johnson picks it up, gets it to Swarthout. Swarthout has skated up. He's got Heinert. Swarthout loses it, but Johnson's right back behind him to pick it up. Johnson in. Oh! He goes into the net pretty hard. And that was off its moorings after Johnson slid into it. And the subsequent goal was waved off. Puck comes out. Mankato controls. Sends across ice. Puck comes back, deflected. Picked up by Heidi. He's going to bring it back behind the net. Sends it up to Heinert. Heinert hits Swarthout. Swarthout back to Armentrout. Just too close for Armentrout to pick it up. He has it in the corner, though. Bounces it off the boards. Gets up to Mankato. Hagen's out there. helping out with Riker. Hagen chasing after it. Comes into the zone. Doubles back. All the way across. Deflected by Riker. Picked up by Mankato. Comes back in. Mankato shot. Glove saved by Lila. Nice job. 12 minutes, 23 seconds left here in the first period. Score still 0-0. That comes out, Riker takes it, gets it to Sestefan, who gets to Eddie, Eddie to Hagen. Hagen hits Rasmussen cross ice. Rasmussen will come in, shot on net, and glove save by Mankato. Riker steps in, Rasmussen's going to be his left, Hagen to his right, on back of Schwartzbau and Sestefan. Up comes, nice shovel by Hagen, backhands it into the goalie. Picked up by Reichert. He's able to keep it in temporary. Comes back to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau just comes in. Off the ref's face. That's got to hurt. Rasmussen sends it back behind the net. Comes up to the point. Comes all the way in. Picked up by Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau. Hagen tips it up. Goes in for a line change. Up comes cross ice. He's deflected. Sestefan picks it up. Doubles back behind the bench. The net. He gets it to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau gets it back to Sestefan. Sestefan will throw it along the board. Christensen. Jumps Christensen's straight. But Christensen's able to keep it in the zone. Up. Mankato picks it up. Shot. Nice save by Lula. Sends it back behind the net. Lorenzen takes it. Tries to get it up to Rasmussen. Gets knocked down by Sestefan. He throws it along the boards to Rasmussen. Doesn't come out of the zone. Skates through. Schwartzbau is able to pick it up, though. Picked up by Mankato. Sestefan picks it up. Bounced off Mankato. There is no icing. We're going to get a line shift here. A well-needed one. Christensen and Erickson come up. That comes along. Nice save by Lila. Armentrout throws it along the boards. Gets it out of the zone. Picked up by Mankato. Erickson puts some pressure on. Comes to Christensen. Christensen skates it in. He's got Lorenzen in. Shut up! All right. Christensen faked like he was going to go left to Lorenzen, and he was able to pop it up over the goal. Nice job. Johnson didn't take the face out. Armentrout has it in the corner. He sends it over to Davis. Erickson will get the assist on that last goal. Davis picks it out. Gets Swarthout coming out of the zone. Swarthout has it alongside the bench. Brings it in. Tries to flick it ahead to Johnson. He can't. Armentrout's able to keep it in. He sends it off deep. Swarthout will head off for a line change. Puck comes out all the way across. Down into the CCHA zone. Wheeler will stop it back behind the net. Davis will pick it up. Davis sends it up to Rasmussen. Rasmussen flicks it out. It comes right back in for an offsides call on Mankato. 9 minutes and 36 seconds left here in the first period. Score is CCHA 1, Mankato 0. Puck will come out to center ice. Riker will take the face off. Rasmussen to his left. Hagen to his right. Puck comes back to Sestefan. He gets to Eide. Eide back to Sestefan. Sestefan looking to hit Rasmussen. Rasmussen will bring it into the zone. Goes into the corner with it. Mankato picks it up behind the net. It comes right back again. Rasmussen chasing after it. Mankato will get there first. He'll throw it back behind the net. Deflected. Riker has it. Bounces it up to Eide at the point. Heidi shot. Skips off the ice into the glove of the Mankato North goalie. 9 minutes and 1 second left here in the first period. CCHA up 1-0 over Mankato North. And Lorenzen will step in to take the face off. Erickson's going to be his right. Christensen to his left. Christensen to his right. Puck goes back behind the net. Christensen back there. Goes into the corner. Lorenzen's there. He rubs the boy out. Puck comes back to Christensen. Erickson shoves it over to Christensen. Puck goes back behind the net. Mankato will throw it up. Erickson's right there. Cross ice to Mankato. Mankato sends it all the way down. They're saying it's tipped. Heidi takes it, gets it up to Erickson. Erickson throws it out to Lorenzen. Lorenzen skating down. Sends it up, touched by Christensen. Lorenzen has it back behind the net. Looking for Swarthoff, but it bounces off of Mankato's skate. Comes up to Schwartzbaugh. Schwartzbaugh gets it over to Davis. Davis shot. Goes save, comes out. Schwartzbaugh picks it up. Throws it over into the corner, just misses Heinrich. Comes up to Davis. Davis's shot is blocked. Schwartzbaugh able to chip it back in, keep it into the zone. That comes down. Shot. Lila will cover the puck. 7 minutes and 46 seconds left here in the first. CCHA up 1-0 over Mankato. Shot. Nice save by Lila. Puck gets pushed down. It's off the moorings. And we're going to get a whistle. All right. This off will be to the right of Lila. Johnson takes the face off. Puck goes into the corner for Davis. Sends it back. Swarthoff picks it up in the corner. They'll send it alongside the boards. They could have got a touch of it, they didn't, so they wave off icing. They pick it up back behind the net. Throw it out front. It's deflected by Hagen. Comes back in. Davis picks it up. He throws it over to Johnson. Johnson gets down. Over here. And Mankato. Roughing. All right, CCHA will go up on the power play with 7 minutes and 9 seconds left here in the first period. Christensen out to take the face off. Erickson's off to his left. Lorenzen off to his right. Sestefan and Schwartzbaugh out back. Puck comes out. Sestefan takes a shot. It's just tipped before he hits it. Lorenzen gets it to Erickson. Ericsson's shot goes up over the net. Sestefan pinches down, gets the puck to Christensen back behind the net. And we're going to get a penalty for I'm not sure what. Cross-checking? Not sure how it's cross-checking, but it's going to be 4-on-4 here for the next 2 minutes. And then Mankato will go out of power play for 24 seconds. All right, Christensen will step in to take the face off. Lorenzen's out front with them, Armentrout and Heidi out back. Puck comes on the way down. Oh, sorry, interference, not for cross-checking. That I can see. Picked up by Lorenzen. Lorenzen gets along. It comes in. Oh! So it just gets a stick on it. Lorenzen in the corner. Comes cross ice to Armentrout. Armentrout sends it back to Heidi. Heidi back to Armentrout. Armentrout back to Heidi. Heidi loses the puck. Bounces along the boards. Goes into the corner. Armentrout there to pick it up. Gets it up to Christensen. We're going to get an interference call on Mankato. Wow, boxes are getting full. All right. So we've got a 4-on-3 for the next 54 seconds. And we'll be 4-on-4 for a couple of seconds. And CCHA will go up on the power play. Swarthout brings it in, throws it out front. Picked up by Armitrout. Armitrout backhands it. Comes over to the corner. Picked up by Swarthout. Swarthout skated in. Shot. Goalie sends it into the corner. Picked up by Johnson. And thrown out of the zone by Mankato. Picked up by Erickson. Erickson throws it back. Hits Swarthout. Swarthout loses it. Mankato controls at center ice and throws it in on Leela, who promptly drops it to Armentrout. Armentrout hits Christensen. Christensen brings it in. Goes to the outside. Shot. Save. And couldn't quite get there. Mankato comes down. 2-on-2. Greg shot. Good. All right. Short-handed goal for Mankato. Actually, even score goal. They just come to 4-on-4. They put a fourth player out on the ice and tied it up at 1. 4 minutes and 56 seconds left here. CCHA will be on the power play for the next 54 seconds. All right. So we've got Lorenzen taking the face off. Erickson to his left. Christensen to his right. Puck comes back to Davis. Davis to Cristofant. Cristofant hits Lorenzen at center ice. Lorenzen tries to shovel it ahead, but loses it to Mankato. Davis able to pick the puck. Christensen back to pick it up. He skates it in. Sends it wide. Cut off the puck. Picked up. They'll send it all the way down. And that is going to be icing. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the first. 27 seconds left in the power play for CCHA. Johnson, Heinert, and Swarthout line out there with Armentrout and Eide in back. Johnson to take face off. Puck comes out. Heinert gets it to Eide, back to Heinert. Heinert shot gets blocked. Picked up by Eide. Eide will skate it in, throws it down in the corner. Picked up by Johnson. Johnson gets it to Swarthout. Swarthout throws it out to Armentrout. Armentrout's shot almost gets deflected in. Heinert back to Armentrout. Armentrout back to Swarthout. Swarthout to carry it in. Sends it over to the Johnson or the Eide. Eide takes a shot and it gets deflected in the corner. Both teams are now at first break. That comes back. Mankato shoots it behind the net. Hunter picks it up, throws it up to the point. And on the shot, picked up by Johnson. Johnson shovels it ahead, heads off for a line change. Puck comes out, center ice, picked up by Reichert. They puts it into the zone, but it comes right back out again. They'll come all the way down, and that should be an icing call. 3 minutes and 22 seconds left here in the first period. All the way down, looks like it's going to be to the left of the Mankato Gold goalie. Reichert up to take the face off. Rasmussen's off to his left. Hagen off to his right. And back is Schwartzbow and Setstefan. Gets stood up, goes into the corner. Mankato tries to get it out of the zone. Schwartzbow is able to keep it in. Sends it down low. Comes in. Knocked down. Hagen's got it alongside the boards. Picked up by Reichert. Reichert looking to bring it out front. Skates around, sends it up to the point, but it's deflected by Mankato. Shortstop picks it up, sends it over to Sestafont. Sestafont gets checked off the pocket center ice. Mankato comes in, shot. Lila sends it into the netting, back behind the net. And the puck will just stay there. And out the other end. We'll pick up a new puck. Don't worry, folks. 2 minutes and 49 seconds left here in the first, and we are tied at ones. Lorenzen took the face off, picked up by Davis. He skates it out, deflected by Christensen. No icing called. Puck is all the way down. Ericsson's able to keep it in, only temporarily. Comes out to Mankato. Mankato skated it in. Shot deflected off of Davis's skate. Goes into the corner. There you go. Davis picks it up, bounces it across the boards. Ericsson along the boards with it. Still there. Stick goes up in the air. Puck goes wide of the net. And we're going to get a slashing call. Looks on Ericsson as the stick went flying on the net. With 2 minutes and 6 seconds left in the first period, Mankato's going to go up on a power play for the next 2 minutes. All right, this face-off will be to the left of Lula. Stepping in is Johnson. Puck comes up to the point for Mankato. Shot doesn't get through. Save, and Lula's going to cover. "13 seconds click off the clock here, so we've got a minute 47 in the power play with a penalty play. That comes out to Mankato. They carry it into the corner. Go back behind the net. Up to the point. Over to the other point. He comes out of the zone. That's going to get there. He loses it though. Comes over to Mankato. Mankato dumps it in. Davis stops it with a stick. Gets it back out of the zone. We'll have to regroup. Comes off skate. Johnson. Mankato just able to keep it in. Doesn't make it through. Johnson fans on the shot. Comes over right in front, and Lula's going to cover it. All right, a minute 2 left in the penalty kill. Minute 8 and left in the first period. Heiner didn't take the face off. Rasmussen and Sestafont out back, along with Eide. He missed the shot and goal. All right, last minute and 4 seconds left of this first period. CCHA 1, Mankato 2. Both teams will be at full strength here. The last minute of the game. Lorenzen steps in for the face-off. Christensen to his right, Ericsson to his left. Up comes up to Sestafont. Sestafont sends it back to Eide. Eide to Lorenzen. Gets checked off it. Picked up by Eide. Eide sends it over to Sestafont. Sestafont sends it up to Christensen. Drops it for Lorenzen. Lorenzen in. Comes back behind the net. Drops it for Eide. Eide shot. Tipped by Ericsson, but just goes wide of the net. Lorenzen gets it to Christensen. Christensen in. Comes out. Shot deflected into the net. Nice job by Griff. Putting a little extra mustard on that. 27 seconds left here in the first period. Some good pressure. Christensen will step in, take the face off, runs into his right, Erickson to his left. Puck comes out to Sestafont over to Armentrout. Armentrout shot, comes back. Lorenzen takes a shot, it goes wide. Picked up by Armentrout. Armentrout will flick it back in, and we're going to get an offside foul. Christensen just wasn't back. 14 seconds left here in the first period. Almost 15. It's 14.9. Reichert out to take the face off. Rasmussen to his left. Hagen to his right. Out back is Armentrout and Sestafont. Sestafont just reaches for it. They bounce it off the boards. Just out of Reichert's reach. Bounced off of Rasmussen, who was able to keep it in, but just temporarily. Mankato's going to look to kill the last minute of the play, and that'll do it for the first. All right, folks, we'll be back here in about 60 seconds. It's enough to run to the fridge and get a beer. All right, here we go for the second period. Fresh 15 on the clock. Score here is CCHA 1, Mankato Gold 2. Reichert steps in, takes a face off. Higgins to his right, Rasmussen to his left. At back is Davis and Schwartzbau. Rasmussen sends it into the zone. Chasing after it is Hagen. Comes back. Davis along the boards with it right now. He'll shove it into the zone. Puts it up ahead to himself. Goes back. Rasmussen is there. Goes back to the board. Schwartzbau able to pinch down and keep it into his zone. Baker chasing after him. Puck comes down. Picked up. Deflected. Comes out of the zone. Sent in deep. We get a line change here. Puck comes out. Schwartzbau's right there to keep it in. And it comes right back out again, and that's going to be an icing call on Mankato. A little commercial announcement there from Buffalo Wild Wings. All right, Johnson line out there. Heinrich's going to be to the right, Swarth out to the left. Out back is Armentrout and Eide. That comes back to Armentrout over to Eide. Back to Armentrout. Armentrout flips ahead. Nice shot by Heinrich. And thrown into the corner. Johnson puts a check on. Over to Swarth out. Comes back behind the net. Mankato controlling. Mankato flicks it up. Armentrout pinches back down. Picked up by nice breakup by Swarthout as the Mankato player was breaking in. Puck comes up to the point for And then a shot. Too wide. Comes over. Back behind the net. Come on, guys. Don't let up. Heiner picks it up. He'll throw it alongside the boards. It does almost gets out of the zone, but Swarthout's able to help it out. Mankato brings it out to center ice and then carries it right back in again. Slot back. Picked up by Mankato. Throw it alongside of the net. Back to the point. Go to the other point. Through. Picked up. Almost out back behind the net with it. Tied up on the back of the net. So we're going to get a jump ball. Or a jump puck in this case. 12 minutes and 57 seconds left in the second period. Both teams will go off for a line change. Looks like the Lorenzen line will come out with Christensen and Erickson. Sestefan and Casey, who is out back. Schwartzbau. That comes out to Erickson. Erickson puts it on the Mankato stick. Picked up by Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau will come in. Takes a shot. All right. Here we go. All tied up again. And twos. It comes out. Comes back to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau sends it over to Sestefan. Comes back to Erickson. Erickson brings it in. His shot. Blocker save into the corner. Picked up by Erickson. Christensen in to help him out. He carries it back behind the net. Christensen over to Erickson. Erickson shot. Out front. Tied up by Mankato. And we're going to get a hand pass on Mankato. We're going to get a line shift here at the same time. Reichert, Hagen, and Rasmussen line come out. 12 minutes and 18 seconds left here in second. Scores all tied up twos. Reichert going to take the face off. Hagen's going to be to his right and Rasmussen to his left. Davis and Armstrong at that. Puck comes out to Davis. Davis turns around, throws it into the corner. Funny bounce off the board. Puck comes to Hagen. He's tripped. No call. Puck comes out, gets it to the goalie. He saves it. Reichert and Rasmussen. Rasmussen comes away, tries to do a wraparound. Comes out to Davis. Davis a shot. Deflected, goes over the net. Reichert back behind the net with it. He's going to throw it up to the point. It jumps Sestefan's skate, and we got a 3-on-1. Oh, puck comes all the way to the crease. Reichert there to pick it up. Sends it out of the zone. Picked up by Rasmussen at center ice. Rasmussen will throw it in. And off to the line change. Puck comes all the way down. And we're going to get an icing call. 7 minutes and 21 seconds left here in the second. Score is all tied up to twos. All right, Johnson then takes face off. Heinert to his right. Goes to Heinert, back to Davis. Davis back to Heinert. Heinert shot. Glove saved by the Mankato Gold. 3 clicks of the clock there. It's down to 11:15 in the second. Johnson steps in. Davis and Armitage out back. Puck goes. Johnson sends it back behind the net. Picked up by Mankato. On the boards is Swarthout. Swarthout able to keep it in. Johnson then helping him out. Squirts up the side. Johnson picks it up, gets it to Heinert. Jumps Heinert's stick, picked up by Mankato, but overshot, and Davis will pick it up. Mankato able to get the puck possession back. Comes into the zone. Hammer Trout chasing after it. Comes into the corner. Up front, deflected by Swarthout. Heads up over to the corner. Swarthout keeps it down low. Back to Swarthout. Heiner sends it back to one side. Over in the corner, back to Davis. Davis throws it on the boards, bounces off the Mankato player, comes out to Heiner. Heiner flips it up into his zone. Swarthout chasing after it. No icing here. Puck comes all the way back, and Christensen able to keep it into the zone. They'll send it to the corner as there's a line change going on right now. Deflected by Christensen, picked up by Lorenzen. Lorenzen shot, and that's saved by the Mankato Gold. 10 minutes and 9 seconds left here in the second period. Christensen didn't take the face off. Lorenzen to his right, Erickson to his right, left. Comes back to Sestafont. Sestafont. Oh, nice job, boys. A little tic-tac-toe. Sestafont's getting after it. He'll get there. Back behind the net. Needs a little help. Gets it up to Erickson. Erickson gets it to Lorenzen. Christensen sends it back to Lorenzen, and Lorenzen will dump it in back behind the net. He carries it in, comes scooting right back out. Christensen heading into the corner with it. He'll throw it back. Gets it to Lorenzen. Lorenzen looking for... Oh! Erickson had it right off front, but could get a stick on it. Took a swat at it, but couldn't get there. Puck comes into the zone, right on Mila, and Mila's going to cover. 9 minutes, 25 seconds left here in the second period. Scores all tied up at 2s. Record line out there with Hagen and Rasmussen. Davis and Schwartzbauer out back. Partridge is in for the faceoff. Mankato gets booted from the box. It's the dot, so we're going to get a new faceoff. Puck comes up to the point. Shot goes wide of the net. Come on, guys, make a decision. Get back behind the net with it. Gets it to Hagen. Hagen shoves it around the player. Gets it over to Rasmussen. And we're going to get a penalty for roughing. CCHA is going to go up on a power play with 9 minutes and 6 seconds left here in the second period. Score is still tied up, all the 2s. All right, face off to the left of Mankato goalie. Johnson steps in to take it. Heiner to his right. Swarthout comes to Swarthout. Back to Eide. Eide over to Armentrout. Armentrout over to Heiner. Shot. 7 seconds into the power play. Heiner sticks it in. CCHA up 3-2 on Mankato. The Renton line comes out. Christensen will be to his left. Erickson to his right. Eide and Armentrout out back. Face off comes to Erickson. Erickson picks it up. Eide picks it up behind the net. He doubles back. Sends it back to Erickson. Erickson gets it up to Lorenzen. Picked up by Christensen. Christensen will carry it in. He'll go to the net. Waiting for some backup. That's an interference call. It was called. It is true. It is not tennis. It's hockey. And that's called interference. All right. 8 minutes and 34 seconds left. We're going to get another penalty. So with 8 minutes and 34 seconds left here in the second, CCHA will go up on another power play. Johnson takes the face off, goes into the corner. Puck comes all the way Mankato will send it into our zone. Bad bounce for Leela. Comes out to Armentrout. Armentrout sends it up to Swarthout. Swarthout gets it across to Johnson. Johnson brings it in. Puts it into the corner. Goes along. Heiner's going to come in and help him out back behind the net. He gets it to Swarthout. Swarthout gets it up to Armentrout out top. Back to Swarthout. Swarthout sends it cross ice. Heidi has it in the corner. Goes back to Armentrout. Armentrout throws it back to Swarthout. Swarthout back to Armentrout. Armentrout's shot. Glove saved by the Mankato Gold. And then 13 seconds left in the power play for CCHA. 7 minutes and 46 seconds left here in the second period. Score is CCHA 3, Mankato North Gold, 2. Owens and Lionel stay out there. Christensen to his right, Erickson to his left. Puck comes out to Erickson. Erickson throws it down below to Christensen, back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen just couldn't get a stick on it. Puck comes out of the zone. Erickson there to help it out. Picked up by Schlitzball. Schlitzball carry it back to Christensen. Christensen tips it into the corner and goes in after it. Christensen has it tied up. Lorenzen then helping him out. He has it back behind the net. Stuck in his skates though. Christensen in to help out. He comes out. Regroup. Sends it to Schwartzball at the point. Schwartzball sends it back down low. Picked up. Christensen has it. Doubles back. Picked up by Sestafant. Sestafant's shot. Just wide of the net. Lorenzen picks it up. Loses it to Mankato back behind the net. About 15 seconds left in the power play. Schwartzball picks it up. Sends it over to Sestafant. Sestafant bounces it up on the boards to Lorenzen. Lorenzen gets taken off that puck. Picked up by Rasmussen. 5 seconds left here in the power play. Puck comes out front. Just through the crease. No one's there. Into the netting. Both teams are at full strength. A little conference here. We're waiting. It might be a delay of game. Apparently a TV timeout. This period is brought to you by R&R Consulting. 6 minutes and 32 seconds left here in the second. Come on, boys. Rock, paper, scissors. Let's move on. Huh. Apparently there was a penalty on the play. Might be too many men on the ice. Ranger did to take a face off. Rasmussen up front with him. Armentrout Davis. Oh, got a tripping call. Puck comes out of the zone. That's great. Mankato will have to regroup on the power play. Shot. Puck goes over the net. Into the corner. Riker picks it up. Gets it to Rasmussen. Rasmussen's going to carry it out of the zone. Awesome job, boys. Good pressure. Puck center of the ice. Comes back out. Regroup. Gets through. Shot. Save Leela. Comes wrapping around. Leela's going to cover the puck. Davis. Come on, Brady. All right. Davis is going to go, not for sure what. Careful. Careful. All right, it's going to be 5-on-3 here with 5 minutes and 46 seconds left. Swarthout indicates face off. That comes over. Fox comes in. Saved by Lila. Comes over. Saved by Lila. Glove save! Oh! What a save. Nice shot. Puck comes into the corner. Ehrmantraut has it. He it out of his zone. Got some speed. One more play to break. He does. Comes in. Brings it back behind the net. Doubles back. Looking for somebody to help out. No one there because we got 2 players in the building. Mankato will take it out. Bounces off them. Located into the zone. Comes in. Goes in deep. Shot broken up by Heidi. Up comes again. Saved by Lila. Back to Swarthout. Swarthout a second. Comes out of the zone. 25 seconds left. 20 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Up comes across to Mankato. They'll tip it. Comes back to Ehrmantraut. Ehrmantraut will send it out of the zone. Hand pass by picked up by Heidi. Heidi's going to bounce it off. Picked up by Mankato at center ice. And we're 5-on-4. That comes out to Johnson. Johnson will send it out. Picked up by Hagen. Hagen's got a little bit of a breakaway here. Shot save. Short-handed goal there. Nice job killing off the 5-on-4. Picked up by Johnson. Johnson shot. Gets through. Save. Picked up by Mankato. Mankato will stick it all the way up. Caught on a line shift, and that's going to be an offside call. All right, folks. 20 seconds left here in the power play or the penalty kill. Griff will take the face off. He gets it into Mankato zone. Mankato controls. 15 seconds left in the power play. Comes all the way back into the Mankato zone. Lorenzen back there. Erickson able to pick it up. 4 seconds. 3. Griff takes a shot. Blocker save into the corner. Both teams are at full strength. Up comes cross ice to Mankato. Mankato shoots it in the zone on Lila. Back comes out. Christensen's breaking for it. And we're going to get an icing. No icing. Icing's waved off. Picked up by Christensen. Christensen sends it over to Rasmussen. And Rasmussen just overstates it. Picks it back up again. Throws it on point. Goalie throws it to Christensen in the corner. Stefan takes a shot. Goes wide of the net. Puck comes out. Rasmussen picks it up. Throws it from the boards. Goes into the corner. Comes all the way around the boards to Christensen. Christensen will get it to Reichert. Reichert throws it out to Rasmussen. Rasmussen comes up to the point for Ehrmantraut. Ehrmantraut shot. Gets through. Nice save by the goalie. Comes all the way back over to Christensen. Christensen throws it out front. And we're going to get an icing call as it heads all the way down to the end of the round. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the second period. Score is CCHA 3, Mankato 2. Reichert line out there. Hagen to his right. Rasmussen to his left. Out back is Davis and Armentrout. Rasmussen throws it to the corner. Reichert chasing after it. Pins him up the boards. Comes out. Hagen's right there. No call there. It's a good call. Puck comes out. No one's home. Back to Davis. Davis sends it over to Armentrout as they regroup. Back to Davis. Davis gets it up. Picked up by Mankato. Mankato comes in. Davis pushes him into the corner. Oh, come on. Oh, wow. So Davis is going to go into the box. We'll get another power play for Mankato. Looks like it's going to be for interference. That comes up to the point. That comes cross. Shot. Nice save by Lila. That comes over the foot. Through the crease. Lila save. Loses his stick. He's going to freeze it back behind the puck. And minute and 49 seconds left here. Minute and 42 for the penalty kill. Oh, got a player down. Got it back up. And another little conference back behind the net. Lorenzen line out there. Lorenzen will take the face off. Minute 42 seconds left in the penalty kill. Puck comes up to the point. Mankato has it. Erickson putting some pressure on. Puck comes fluttering out. Shot saved by Lila. Back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen's got control of it. They'll bounce it off the boards. They'll send it all the way down. That's going to be an icing foul. 1 minute and 29 seconds left here in the second period. A minute and 22 in the penalty kill. Eddie and Armentrout out back. Looks like Erickson and Lorenzen will stay on the ice. Lorenzen steps in for the face-off. It comes down. Lorenzen fighting for it. Picked up by Erickson. Erickson gets it to Lorenzen. Lorenzen's got a little bit of a head of steam. He'll carry it into the corner. Throws it outside. Goalie picks it up. Sends it across. Double back. Leaves it. Comes in for a shot. Doubles back again. Backhanded across the zone. Picked up by Mankato up to their point. Back down low. Shot saved by Lila into the netting. We're going to get a whistle. 41 seconds left in the penalty kill. 48 seconds left in the period. Score is CCHA 3, Mankato 2. Puck goes into the corner. Picked up by Mankato. Wrap around. Set the ball. 34 seconds left in the penalty kill, and Mankato ties it up. .41 seconds left here in the second period. All right, we're back to 5-on-5 hockey here with 41 seconds left in the second period. Lorenzen steps in. Christensen will be to his right. Erickson to his left. Left back is sets the front and Schwartzbaugh. Puck comes out. Mankato carries it in. We're going to get a tripping foul on Erickson. All right, so Mankato will go on the power play for the last 37 seconds left here at the second period. I think that was what? I think we maybe had 10 seconds of 5-on-5 there. All right. Johnson stepping in to take the face off. Puck goes into the corner. Schwartzbaugh throws it up to the point. Puck gets blocked out front. And saved by Lila. Puck is still loose, and Lila covers. 25 seconds left here in the period. 12 seconds and clicked off the power play. Swarthout comes out, replacing Rasmussen. Johnson up front, gets it to the Schwartzbaugh. Schwartzbaugh tries to get out of the zone, gets blocked. Go back, shot off the bar. Puck comes all the way across. Nice job by Johnson. Johnson deflecting that, gets deflected back over the net. Comes out, and that is the end of the second period, folks. Wow, scores all tied up 3-3 here. Hey, folks, they're going to resurface the ice, so we're going to give you a 10-minute break. Go do what you got to do. All right, here we go. Third and final period of the game. We're going to start the period on the penalty kill for another minute and 23 seconds. Johnson's going to be able to take the face off with Swarthout up front. Eddie and Armantrout out back for him. Johnson steps in. Puck comes out. Mankato controls. Carries into the zone. Armantrout blocks him off the puck. Nice job by Swarthout breaking up that play. Goes into the corner for Armantrout. Puck comes up to the point for Mankato. They send it down low. Nope, they don't. They keep it up top. Throws it back to the point. Shot. Neither covers. 53 seconds left in the penalty kill. Scores all tied up here, 3-3, folks. Johnson steps in. Gets the point to the corner of Armantrout. Armantrout flicks it into the corner for Swarthout. Swarthout has it tied up alongside. Comes out clean. Mankato just able to keep it into the zone. Bring it down low. Armantrout in back. Ties him out. Picked up by Johnson. Johnson gets it up to Swarthout. Comes back low for Mankato. Mankato sends it up to the point. Looking for a shot. Knocks off of Swarthout's stick. Or skate. Comes in. Shot. Goes wide of the net. 10 seconds left here in penalty kill. This one pass. Shot. Saved by Lita. Tied up. Both teams are at full strength. Mankato coming in. Save. All right. 15 minutes and 31 seconds left here in the game. And score is CCHA 3, Mankato 4. Stepping into the box is Lorenzen. At the dot is Lorenzen. Erickson's to his left. Christensen to his right. To his right. Out back is Sestafont and Slitzball. That comes out into the CCHA zone. Slitzball sends it along the boards. Funny block. Nice job on Slitzball clearing that puck. Puck comes out. Picked up by Slitzball. It's got Christensen. Sends it ahead for Christensen, and that's going to be an icing call. All right. Lorenzen line will stay out there. It comes out into the corner, picked up by Sestafont. Sestafont bounces out the boards, comes out to Schwartzball. Schwartzball sends it over to Erickson. Erickson will shovel it up for Lorenzen. Puck comes over. Up to Erickson. Erickson throws it back to Lorenzen. Bounce off the boards. Come on, guys, move your feet. All the way over to Lila. Lila blocks it, leaves it to Sestafont. Sestafont carries it in. Puck comes back down to the CCHA zone. Lorenzen is chasing after it. He gets it over to Sportsbow. Sportsbow sends it cross ice. Tipped by Christensen, comes out of the zone. Mankato sends it down in deep. Funny pair him off the boards. Gets kicked out. Goes over to Erickson. Mankato controls it. Brings it up to the point. Sends it all the way around the boards. Back down low. Picked up. Trying to get it up front. Gets it to Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Eric Christensen. Christensen will send it in deep and head off for a line change. Eric keeps it into the zone. Rasmussen on after it. Hagen comes quick back. Picked up by Reichert. Reichert brings it down low. Into the corner. Gets rubbed off it. Rasmussen's there to help him out. Mankato picks it back up again. Hagen's there to pester him. Keep the puck in. Along with Reichert. Mankato comes away with it. Picked up. Davis goes into the boards. We're going to get a call. Hagen sends it over to Rasmussen, but picked up, and we are going to get a penalty on Mankato. For a hooking call. All right, so CCHA will go up on a power play for the next 2 minutes. There's 11 minutes left of the game. Johnson will take the face off and get a Swarth out to the left, Heinert to the right. Puck comes out to Heinert. Heinert sends it to Eide. Eide sends it back to Heinert. Heinert brings it in. His shot. That's off. Mankato brings it out of the zone. Armstrong breaks up the play. Eide back for it. Eide picks it up, gets it to Swarth out. Swarth out. Blocks it off of a player. Gets it to Heinert from Eide. Heinert throws it in. Swarthout picks it up back behind the net. Comes along the boards. Blocked by the goalie, or by the ref. Picked up by Heinert. Comes to Lorenzen. Lorenzen's shot goes through the crease. Armitage picks it up. He throws one on. That one goes through the crease as well. Eide is not able to keep it into the zone. That comes all the way out. Armitage deflects it. Picked up by Mankato. Mankato short-handed here. Their shot goes over the net. Heinert picks it up. He'll flip it out of the zone. Heads off for a line change. All right, 54 seconds left here in the power play. 9 minutes, 56 seconds left of the game. Score is CCH 3, Mankato 4. Christensen's going to step in for the space off. He gets it back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen sends it back to Slitzbaugh. Slitzbaugh stands on the shot, but able to keep it in the zone. Comes back to Mankato though. Just out of the reach of Slitzbaugh. Slitzbaugh still able to get to the puck first. Let's get it up. Hits Erickson. Erickson comes across. In front. Shot saved. Lorenzen swacks at it, but we're going to get a high stick call on Lorenzen. So the face-off will come outside the zone. With 28 seconds left here in the power play, 9 minutes and 31 seconds left of the game. Puck's going to come all the way down to the right of Lila. Runs it in to take the face off. Christensen will be to his right. Erickson's still out there too. Puck comes out front. Picked up by Christensen. Christensen gets to Erickson. Erickson gets checked off the puck though. Back behind the net. Tries the center. Christensen right there. Erickson has it. Sends it up to Sestafant. Sestafant throws it back into the corner. Picked up by Erickson. Erickson loses the puck. Both teams are at full strength. That comes back to Lorenzen back behind the net. Lorenzen tries to fit Erickson, goes right behind him. Shot blocked by Swartzwell back behind the net. That comes in front. Goes to the other side. Shot saved by Lila. Lorenzen back behind the net, picked up by Sextafont. Sextafont. And we're going to get an offside call. 8 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the third and final period. Both teams are at full strength. Face-off lead is Fardot on the Mankato side. Record didn't pick face-off. Rasmussen to his left, Hagen to his right. Our back is Armentrout and Davis. Puck comes. Record gets it in the zone. Rasmussen picks it up, shovels it into the corner. Record picks it up back behind the net. Still looking for it. Squirts out. Mankato gets it. They try to hit him. It's blocked by Davis. Armentrout over. Shot out front. Nice save by Leroy. Puck comes over. Davis sends it up the boards. Hagen picks it up. He's trying to hit Rasmussen. Comes back down low. Davis and Armentrout chasing after it. Armentrout sends it into the corner. Comes out of the zone. Nice block out of the zone. Hagen putting some pressure on. Puck comes cross ice. Davis picks it up in the corner. He chips at it. Gets it to Heiner. Heiner tries to get it to Johnson. He gets picked up by, throws it right through the crease. Davis picks it up on the other side. Throws it alongside the boards. Comes back down low. Armentrout picks it up. Gets it to Rasmussen. Rasmussen sends it up. And he'll head off for a line change. Picked up by Heiner. Heiner throws it out to Johnson. Johnson flips it alongside the boards. Over to Heiner. Back to Swarthout. Swarthout's hooked. No call. Mankato comes up. Shot. Glove saved by Leroy. Leroy's really seeing the puck tonight. Nice job in nets. 6 minutes and 28 seconds left here in the game. Lorenzen steps in to take the face off. Goes to Sessefont in the corner. He throws it back behind the net. Picked up by Heidi. Heidi sends it along the boards up to the point for Mankato. Puck gets deflected. Heidi sends it up to Christensen. Erickson to Christensen. Christensen sends it back to Erickson. Erickson around. And a point. All right. Lindsay steps into the face-off, comes back to Heidi. Heidi sends it over to Sessefont. Sessefont will just dump it into the zone. We'll get a line change here. Hagen and Rasmussen come off. Or come on. Puck goes into the corner for Heidi. Heidi doubles back. Bounces off the boards to Rasmussen. Rasmussen's able to get out of the zone. Comes right back. Mankato has it. Mankato's shot does not get through. We will stop it for Heidi. Heidi flicks it over into the corner. Picked up by Sessefont. Sessefont has problems with it. Sends it cross ice to Heidi. Heidi sends it up to, sends it up to Rasmussen. Picked back up, tipped. That's going to be an icing call. It'll come all the way back down. Space off will be to the right of the Mankato goalie. Record line was to come on, but came off. It looks like it's going to be the Johnson, Swarthout, and Heinert line out there. Johnson gets the puck into the corner. Schwartzbaugh sends it down deep. Johnson chasing him after it. He leaves it for Mankato. Mankato trying to get it through. Johnson comes away with it. Sends it out to the point. Swartz out shot. Saved by the Mankato goalie. Johnson comes all the way through. Picked up by Swartz out. Picked up by Johnson now. Shot. Save. Goes back behind the net. Picked up by Mankato. Mankato tries to send it across ice. Deflected off the skate. Picked up by Davis. Davis gets it over the Swartzball. Swartzball gets it out of the zone. Look back in. Down in deep. And that's going to be what? All right. 4 minutes and 25 seconds, and Mankato's going to go on the power play. Not quite sure what that was for. I heard something about an elbow. Puck comes to Leela. He's going to cover. They're going to announce what the penalty was. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I'll let you know as soon as I do. Johnson in to take the face off. Comes up to the point for Mankato. Shot doesn't make it through. Picked up by Davis. Roughing call on Ramsey. Armstrong flicks it out of the zone. And then chases after it. Putting some pressure on. Good forecheck. Puck comes in. Shot. Saved by Lilo. The ball. All right. 3 minutes and 52 seconds left in the game. Both teams are at full strength. Let's go, White! Sorry for yelling in your ear, folks. Once it takes the face off, gets it back to Heidi. Heidi over to Sestafan, back to Heidi. Over to Erickson. Erickson has just glided into the zone. Puck comes cross ice. Mankato carries it in. Shot goes wide of the net. Comes up to the point. They send it down in deep. Sestafan shovels it along the boards. Erickson will pick it up. Sends it back to Heidi. Heidi gets it to Lorenzen. Lorenzen loses it. Shot. Saved by Heidi. Heidi tries to get it out of the zone. Gets picked up. Christensen gets into the corner. Goes back to the other corner. Christensen along boards with it. Gets it out of the zone. Christensen carried it up. Glove saved by the Mankato Gold. 2 minutes and 52 seconds left here in the game. Score is CCH 4, Mankato Gold 5. Like at Rasmussen and Hagen out there. Rasmussen will be to the left, Hagen to the right. Sportsfoul and Davis out back. That comes up. Mankato will try and send it across, but it gets deflected by Rasmussen. Gets over to Sportsfoul. Sportsfoul sends it over to Davis. Davis hits it. Riker picks it up. He'll carry it into the zone. Gets it down deep. Gets rubbed off the puck. Rasmussen bounces the puck. Back to Sportsfoul. Sportsfoul is going to flick it into the netting. And we will get a face-off. Johnson line back out with Heiner and Sportsfoul. Johnson takes face off. They're going to take Johnson out, put Swarthout in. Puck comes out, comes to the point for Schwartzbaugh. Schwartzbaugh's shot gets deflected into the corner. Puck comes out of the zone, picked up by Davis. Davis to Swarth foul, breakaway by Mankato, and goal.
Seriously, teach your kids some class. They're talking our entire bench. Get some class. That's the fourth time.
All right. I think they're a little on edge here.
Come on, boys.
All right, we're waiting for something here. I think Camila had a equipment issue, so Starkman's coming in to finish out the game. The band across the bottom of his skates broke. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. I got a feeling Starkman's going to come right back out. Puck comes out to Armentrout. Armentrout sends it to Christensen. Puck comes back in. It's Swarth out. Erickson. Erickson gets it in. Swarth able to keep it in. Jumps that skate. Armentrout back for it. 1 minute and 50 seconds left here. Puck comes. Starkman will send it alongside. Lorenzen will pick it up. He loses a handle on it. Mankato comes back. Starkman save. Goes over the net. Armentrout picks it up. Gets it up to Erickson. Back to Swarthout. Swarthout loses the puck. Mankato centers it. Shot. Starkman goes over the net. Comes back down into the corner for Swarthout. Swarthout throws it back behind the net for Armentrout. Armentrout gets to Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Christensen. Played by Erickson for a high stick. 1 minute and 8 seconds left here in the game. Going to come out to take face off. Up comes, Riker puts it in the corner, Armstrong picks it up, throws it along the back of the boards. Rasmussen picks it up, gets blocked ahead, sent in deep, and it's going to be an offside foul. 57 seconds left here in the game. Riker steps in for the face-off. That comes out to Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Armentrout, back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen hits Riker. I don't think so. All right, folks, we're back. Sorry about that. Battery died on my phone. Charging now. We did score a goal. 15 seconds left. It's now CCHA 5, Mankato 6. Goalie is pulled. It's a 6-on-5 situation. Ball comes out, goes all the way down to Lorenzen. Lorenzen will throw it up, deflected. Back, comes down low, and that will do it for this game. Sorry about the technical difficulties, folks. All right. Check your local listings for tomorrow's game. Thanks for joining.